Hi there, welcome to my ICT Hub, where I try to make ICT concepts easier. This is John, your ICT tutor. Today we are looking at document production, IGCSE ICT May June 2024, paper 2-1. Alright, let's dive into the question. If you're ready, let's go. Here we have the question paper. It's document production, made up of document production, database, and presentation. For this video, we are looking at document production. Alright, so let's start out. You have been supplied with the following source files. Just to confirm, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, here we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just written down here, 8 items. Okay, now let's start. First one is evidence document. We have opened this file, that's evidence. So let's go down there to locate the evidence file. So we have evidence here. Okay, that's evidence. Sorry. Make sure your center name, candidate number, and candidate number will appear on every page. Okay, your name, center number, candidate number. So enable editing. Maximize the window and double click there. I like it to be on the right. John and Jane. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, now that is done. Save it as evidence, followed by your candidate number, and let's do that. So we go to save as option, we go to candidate number, followed by evidence, followed by candidate number. Okay, that has been saved. Now so you will need this evidence document as usual or through this question. Now the first task 2 there says document. Now let's get into it. Okay. We are going to edit a document for Tawara Tots Childcare. Okay, the company uses a corporate house style for all their documents. Paragraph styles must be created and applied as instructed. Okay, so we'll actually be creating paragraph styles and we'll be applying them as the question leads us. All right, let's quickly get into the question. Using a suitable software package, open the file, this childcare.rtf. So let's open that file. Here we have childcare.rtf. Okay, here we have the file, enable editing. Okay, so here we have the file. The first question there says, the page setup is set to A4, portrait orientation with 2 cm margins. Do not make any changes to these settings. The paragraph styles have already been created. Do not make any changes to these unless instructed. Save your document in your work area with the file name nursery. Okay, and that's the first action. So let's save it as file name nursery. Sorry, I'm one of the shortcuts. That's why I use this as file savers, and then you get down to this point. Browse. Okay, then I want to change it to a Word document. Very important. Please, you always change your file type to Word document so that all the features of the recent Word document will be loaded in. Okay, now let's go to the next thing. Make sure it is saved in the format which we just did. That's what I emphasized, of the software you are using. Place the first evidence document. That's place in your evidence document a screenshot to show that this file has been saved. Make sure that there is an evidence of the file type. So 2 things: file has been saved, that's the file name, then file type should be the extension. Okay, let's quickly go down there to the file where it was saved. Okay, here we have a nursery, this nursery, and here we have a file extension. So let's quickly do a screenshot of that. So all we need is just name and a file extension, and we can paste that as our first. Okay, I like to make it visible. Just make that a little bit bigger so it can be visible. Alright, so once that is done, let's move over to the next question. Sorry. Oh, where's my question? Here. Okay, there's a question. Now the next question says place in the nursery document. The first thing we're going to place is a right aligned header on a single line. Okay, what's going to be the content? There's produced, okay, prospectus produced by, followed by a space, then your name, center number, and candidate number. Take note, on a single line. Now left aligned footer with automated page numbers. So the header is right aligned, the footer is left aligned. So let's get in there. So first one, I'm going to insert. I'm going to go to header and footers just to ensure that you get the right thing there. So for the headers, you can use 3 placeholders. It's right aligned. Copy the space, then your name, and yes, take away every other placeholders you don't need. Then we want to go to the footer also. It's the placeholders, and it says left aligned the page number. So you want to use current position, and it's going to be placed there. Then we can take away the other placeholders. Okay, once you are done, you can close this. Okay, let's continue the question. And make sure that all the header details are on the single line, which is what we did. All the alignments match the page margins. We did that, and no other text as the placeholders, no other placeholders are included in the header or footer areas. Now the headers and footers are also displayed on all pages. Okay, which from what we can see, single line displayed on all pages. That's the first page, one. All right, displayed here, and okay, so that's, I think it's done. Now, number 3 just says create and store the following style, basing it on the default or the normal paragraph style. Okay, we want to create a paragraph style. It's going to be the title, so let's quickly copy that. So we come to the styles group, click on this drop down to give you, I like to pull it up so we can see all the styles. Other styles have been created, so let's just click on this to create a new style. That's the name. It's a serif font, a font that has edges. Example is Times New Roman. I go with my Times New Roman. Then before I leave, remember to change this to normal, based on normal. Okay, Times New Roman. Then it's font size 32. So we want to change the font size there to 32. Should be aligned to the center. Here's center. And then bold italic. Should be bold. Should be italics. Then the line spacing, we have a single line spacing 0 before, 6 after. Your format, then to go to paragraph, single line spacing 0 before, 6 after. Okay. Yes, I haven't done that. Just before I leave, just take a screenshot to show that you have defined this settings for the TC title style. Okay, so let's get a screenshot. Okay, there we have a screenshot taken. And before we leave, take note where we are right now. Actively we are on the body, so because once I click on OK, it's going to change to become the active style. So wherever the cursor is, you click on OK. Alright, and we want to return to the body. Okay, so this is where we should be. Now let's go and drop that in our evidence document. So yes, we have that in the evidence document. Can we continue with the question? Now, make sure that there is evidence that you have based this on the default normal paragraph style and place in your evidence document. We can see that from here. You can see this is, here it has based on the normal style, so which is placed there. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, apply the TC title styles to the text, to the title, text, Tawara. Okay, it was culture. All right, so we want to apply this, the title style to this. It's actually applied in error initially. So we just click there and we want to click on this is the title. I'm sorry, that's not the title. This is the title. Yeah. Okay, so that has been applied. The next thing says select the subhead subheading staff and the following text up to and including the paragraph ending with enjoy their new surroundings. So want to look for staff. Okay, selected. Now we'll locate right down to where the paragraph ending enjoy their new. Okay, even if you can't locate that, you can easily use your find tool to locate this new surroundings. You can see and enjoy their new surroundings. Okay, so I've selected staff. You can just hold down your shift key when you get to the end of that and click there. So it's going to highlight everything after you have initially selected the first subhead. Now what are we to do with this? Change the page layout so that only this text please is displayed in 2 columns of equal width with a 1 centimeter space between the columns. Okay, so we want to go to page layout, select on your columns. Let's go with more columns so we can specify the spacing. It says 1.0 cm. Okay, and that is done. Okay, very well. Now let's move on to the next thing. It says the style name thesis subhead has already been created. What are you to do now? So stored and applied for 5 subheads. Okay, modify the thesis subhead style so that only the following formatting is applied. Now let's locate the subhead. So here we are. We have the subhead here. To be able to modify it, we'll click here and then we'll click on modify. Okay, so there we have the subhead there. Now what are we modifying? It says sans serif font. That's a font without edges. So let's go with Arial. Then it should have a font size of 14. Center aligned. Have it center aligned. Okay. Italic, bold, and in all caps. Bold, italics. Then for all caps, we're going to font. Look for all caps there. You have all caps. Okay. And lastly, single and 07. So line spacing is single. Go to paragraph. The line spacing is single. Space before is 0. Space after. Space before is 0. Space after should be 7. Okay. Apply that. This should be aligned to the center. Okay, well, let's take a look at that. All right, now good. Let's apply that. You can see all subheads. Take a screenshot. Oh, I've applied it. Screenshot evidence to show that you have modified the thesis subhead style. So let's just go back, hover over it, click the arrow beside it, modify, and we want to take a screenshot. So I'm using the sniping tool. Take that screenshot. Okay, there we go. Yep. So to paste that, we first need to click on OK. Let's go back and next evidence document. All right, and we are back. This and number 7 says apply a numbered list formatted as 1 to 7 to the text from communication and language down to art and design. So let's locate that text. Okay, here we have, I think we're done with this. For now, let's just close it. Communication and language down to art and design. We want to make that a single line. Sorry, numbering. That's what we have there. Good. Now, what are the details? It says the numbers are aligned to the left margin of the column. Let's do that as we move on. So we go to the numbers. We want to go to the layout and ensure the left margin space is 0. So you set that to 0 cm. That's the first thing. The second thing says the list is in single line spacing with no space before or after each line. So you are going to, let's go in there. Ensure it's a single line spacing. Space before is 0. Space after should be 0. Okay, that has been applied. And lastly, it says there is a 7-point space after the last item in the list. So we have to click on just the last item. Then you can use that here, 7 points, and that will be affected. Okay. So we're done with that. Now let's go to the next question. It says import the image j2 logo.jpg and place it in the paragraph beginning. We have 8 spacious playrooms. Okay, so we want to look for that paragraph. We have 8. We have 8 if you can find it, or I could just use the find. Sorry, let's pick the paragraph. Says we have 8 spacious. Okay, let's look for it. Okay, yes, so it's actually the same thing. We have 8 spacious. So that's how you use the find key. Now we want to place it at the beginning of this paragraph. So let's get the picture, which is logo. Okay, we copy that image. You could just use the shortcut key, or you click on your copy tool here. It's going to still copy it. Then we go to the documents. We have to place that image there. Okay. Now what do we do with that image? It says rotate the image 180 degrees with the image size and aspect ratio maintained. Now let's rotate that image. We want to go to the tools. Here we have rotate. We want more options, and we are rotating it by 180 degrees. So here we have the angle, 180 degrees. Good, that has been rotated. Aspect size ratio maintained. Now it says it is aligned to the right margin and at the top of the paragraph starting. Okay, so we want it to be at the top. Just before I go, the text wraps around the image. Then let's it won't move until you apply the text wrap. So we have the text wrap, and okay, so that is done. It's wrapped around the image and it's at the beginning of the paragraph. Now we go to the next. Number 9 says locate the table in the document. Format the table so that first let's locate the table. Towards the end I saw it. Okay, here we have the table. Yes. Now what are we to do with it? It says format the table width is set to 13 centimeters. So to do that, we want to go to our table layout. Here the cell size, you click on this button, then you want to deal with the table width set to 13 centimeters. 13 centimeters. That's the first thing. Second thing is all the rows are set to 1 centimeter high. So we want to go to the rows, set the margin, we set the height to 1 centimeter high. 0 centimeter, good. Secondly, the data is center aligned vertically in each row. That means the alignment should be center aligned in each row. Okay, for that we're coming to the cell, which should be center aligned in each row. And lastly, the table is center aligned within the page margin. So I'm going back to the table, it should be center aligned. For the data, we said we came to the cell, ensure that this is picked to be at the center, while the table is center aligned around the margin. Now let's apply that and see. Okay, yes, we can see the text is center aligned. The table itself is at the center. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, that's all the formatting we have to do. We are not to edit the content of the table. So that has been edited. And the last one says spell check and proofread the document. To do a spell check, we want to go to review. We want to click on spell check. Alright, the first one says, okay, this is misspelled. I want to pick this. I think that's all. Alright, then the next thing says let's make sure that the lists and tables are not split over columns and pages. Let's check. We have a list, it's not split. Then we also have the table. Table is not split. Next, we says there are no widows or orphans. We don't have a text staying alone. Okay, no, we don't. There are no widows or orphans. This paragraph, continuation of this paragraph, so it's not a widow, it's not an orphan. But just to be on the safe side, if you want to, we might as well want to take this to the next page. Right, so that way it's better. Now there are no blank pages. We've also checked we don't have any blank page. They are just 2-page documents. Then the original styles are maintained, which we've done that. All styles are applied consistently. Lastly, we say spacing is consistent between all items. And once you are done, save the document using the same file name and file name and format using step 1 and print the document. So that's about all for this document production. This year really went easy. So once you are done with that, you want to save it and you can print it out. Okay, paper 2-1, we call that printout. Printout 1. Okay, once that is done, that's all for this paper. So once again, ensure you practice. Please always practice. Document production is easy. You can quickly get by if you know what to do and you've practiced properly, and ensure that you don't have any errors. So at the end of this, then we can wrap up this video. If you like what you've seen, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so when I release the next video, you will be notified. On that note, do have a nice time. See you later.